It is time once again for the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament where we are playing some PAX Renaissance. It's been a very busy day and I had to rush to get here in time. But it's 6 o'clock Central Standard Time now and we are ready to play. But I'm going to have to kind of collect myself and look around the board to see what's going on because I didn't get a chance to do that, which would have been nice. Let's see, Tater isn't hot. It's going to be her turn first. She is the orange player. We can look at her concessions there and there. And she's got this little card that lets her get some commerce. So, and she is in charge of Portugal currently. So, and this could let her get the Holy Roman Empire, maybe? Yeah, it would. That doesn't seem like a bad thing to get control of the Holy Roman Empire. She could do that. Let's look at to see what else is on in our tableau to see if there's anything else that would be useful to her. We've got the Janissaries, which is a great card, actually. She could use to take anything out of the east. I think she'd be remiss not to grab that, especially since it's got some coinage on it. She'll go ahead and pick that up for a profit of 1 coin and 1 florin, and then she gets to play one. Now, does she want to... So she's going to try to decide what she wants to take over. She's not going to be able to take over the Ottoman, but she could take over... Actually, I don't think she could take over any of these right now until she gets some concessions there. I see what we're going to do. Okay, so first of all, we're going to slide these over to give some room on her tableau, her Western tableau. She's going to go ahead and play the Banjka Revolt and place a cube down here. Use those cubes to get rid of this guy. And do the same thing. We've done this multiple times, haven't we? Where she uses one of the players uses a cube to take an empire, and then since she took the empire, gets to put the cube back. Because you lose the cube in the combat, and then you get to put it back again because you get a cube, a concession, when you take over an empire. So it's a nice little thing. Now, what that's going to let her do on a future turn, assuming things don't change, which they oftentimes do, is that's going to let her then use the Janissaries card. Since she has this cube here, she will have the majority and be able to take over Hungary. Okay, now does anyone have the Ottomans? Because you got to watch out for the Ottomans right now. Well, I guess they don't have too many knights. It's okay. So she's set up pretty well for that. And that would give her 3 empires, which I think... No, because Sid has 2 empires. I was thinking she might have 2 more than any other player, but that's not true. Okay, let's go ahead and reset the market, and we'll go on to the next turn. All right. Okay, Hair Bear's got some money. He has no cards in hand, and he has no empires. Really all he has is a bunch of concessions. That's right. So the Western trade route is good for him. He would get 3 coins out of 4 for doing that. That's a good idea, but let's look at what other choices he has. He's working on some law prestige, and Hair Bear doesn't get any bonus prestige. There's a law there. He's not going to be able to get that unless he does the Western trade route first. Let's see where I'm pointing. He's looking at maybe the Flanders Guild. If he could get a concession in Aragon, that would give him like max. Also, concessions in Hungary or Byzantium wouldn't be bad because then he would dominate the Eastern trade route. All right, nothing too promising here that I'm seeing off the bat. Okay, are there any queens out? No queens. So I think we're going to go ahead and run the Western trade route. which gives him 3 coins, and it gives Tater as in top 1 coin. Gets rid of this card. We don't have any units on the map that need to come up into play because they're all full. Everyone in the east is all militaried up. Oh, and I shouldn't be moving this over yet. Okay. I'll go ahead. Yeah, I shouldn't. I gotta wait. Okay, so now he's flush with cash. He can get any card on in the tableau. He could also just run the eastern trade route, but that wouldn't give him that much. All right, so looking towards getting an empire in his control. France would give him a peasant revolt. He could also actually. Oh, he does have the Papal States. Okay. It was white and positioned that way, so I didn't notice that he had it. All right, so he has the Papal States, and that's still not that useful in terms of taking anything else over because they only have that 1 knight. He could use that knight though in combination on a future turn with something else in order to maybe take over a different country. So a different republic. So let's actually get Vlad the Impaler here. I think this is a plan he might be able to work with. Because that has a conspiracy along with 2 things. So if he did 1 turn, he could do he could do this 1-2 punch where he does the Western Ops right along here. He's not going to do this now, but he's setting up for it. Where he can do commerce, campaign, have his 1 knight go attack Hungary, and then use the conspiracy on Vlad the Impaler to take Hungary. Right? Yeah. Does anyone have Hungary right now? England? I don't think so. No. Okay. So he'll go ahead and grab Vlad the Impaler and slide things down. And we shall move on to Stubby. Okay, Stubby's got a card with a unit on it. I don't know why there's a unit on it. I'm going to move that because it disturbs me. Okay, he's got the Knights Hospitaller. Well, that was the unit that was on it is the unit that this card puts down. So maybe I was thinking ahead. I doubt it. So you can put a pirate down in near the Ottomans. Does that really help him? I mean, it would. See, he's yellow, so he's not getting anything from it anyway. And it would let him repress Hair Bear's things. So that's not a bad card to play just to be annoying, right? It'd be better if he was set up to take the Ottoman Empire. There is a peasant revolt here. He doesn't have the money to get it though. He really needs to get some concessions on the map because he has nothing. Actually, that would give him concessions. So, if he uses this card to repress, he's going to get some money. But then he won't also be able to take the Bosnian Serbian silver card, which would give him the peasant revolt. And, more importantly, the concession. But I think it's maybe worth, well, so yeah, he can't get that card. You just have to forget that. This would give him a concession in Portugal. He wants to be looking east, though. He wants something closer to the font of the trade fair. We have a jihad. He really wants that card. Well, he needs money. He could take the Dervishes card just for the money. And get that. Play the Knights Hospitaller card as his other action. I think that's what he's going to do. He's just kind of treading water right now, but he's getting a little bit ahead by doing that. And then he's going to play the Knights Hospitaller to put one down right here. So since he's putting it right there because, you know, he's not getting anything off of trade routes anyway, so now he's keeping anyone else from doing it, well, from getting quite as much. So hinders all his foes, doesn't really hurt him at the moment, so it's not a bad move in his mind. Over to Sid. She has 2 cards. So let's not look at these. Let's look at these. Alright, she's got Gutenberg and Isabel of Castile. So she was planning on getting, oh yeah, she gets the unlimited hand size card, so maybe we do get to look at these. But she's got a coronation card here. So what do we have left in the stack? Portugal is gone, right? France is gone. Holy Roman Empire is gone. So what's left? Is Aragon in here? Yeah, so she could get Aragon, and I saw France was in here. France. She can get either of these. Now Aragon's closer to the mouth of things, so I think that's probably where she'll go. Fewer knights available, but really this is just going to be more useful right now. Plus, this queen is nice because she got the head powers and she got repressed powers. That is a nice thing to have. We'll go ahead and do that. That's going to go on our Western tableau, and she gets to buy off a concession from Hairbear. I think that goes on the card, yeah. And then she gets her own concession there. So now she'll be pulling in some money from that Western trade route. Okay, now does she want to play this? Or does she want to grab something else? She can't grab anything else. So yeah, she'll go ahead and play this. And now she's got quite a nice little array of ops that she can do. Am I even showing you hers? Yeah, there we go. Nice little array of Western ops in the future. She can pull in two money every time she does Western ops. She can repress things, which will bother other people, such as Tater as in Tot, right there in the future. And she can also campaign. Aragon only has 1 knight, but she might be able to use that with a card to get something else. Alright, let's move on. Back to Tater as in Tot. She's sitting on 4 florins. And she's got Portugal she can campaign. She can campaign with Holy Roman Empire. So she could have them work together against Aragon, given enough money, right? She could, or against France. And France would be easier to take. That would cost her, it'd cost her $2, but she could get France with that. Which, yeah, why not? $2 to get France, sure. Well then, oh, but the Holy Roman Empire doesn't have any knights. Never mind. Can she tax? She cannot tax. I want to look at this vote operation. No, I don't. I don't want to look at it right now. Well, actually, let's look at the... I know it's a way you can flip your cards. Huh. So that's cool. It gives her a law, which is something she would want, because she gets a bonus law. And it also lets her vote to change other things. She already has a vote, so that doesn't really matter, but it gives her a commerce and not a campaign. So maybe what she wants to do is campaign first, try to take over some more, get some vassal states underneath her realms, and then start voting to flip them over. Let's see what's at the other side of Henry the Navigator. On this side, we've got the Discovery, and the other side you got Discovery. So basically flipping it seems to just switch campaign to commerce. So I think she's going to hold off on voting right now because she wants to get more things, more empires in her control. What she would love... Ooh, this is actually what I was just thinking of. She would love to do a trade shift. If she trades shifts to the Spice Islands, suddenly her areas are looking much better. So then what would that do? That moves this thing right here over to here, and I don't know what happens to this. Oh, sorry. I should show you the map. So the trade shift would switch it from the Spice Islands over to here. I don't know what happens to that unit. So let's look into that, because that could very well be something she's going to do right now. She must have discovery patronage. She does have that. Okay, trade shifts. I open right to it. If you trigger a trade shift one shot, move the busted disc, if any, covering the specified emporium to cover and deactivate an uncovered emporium of the same color. This deactivation represses any token. Okay, that's good to know. Does someone have the Byzantium though? If not, then that one just, yeah. So it would just kill that rook. Okay, you have to have one discovery prestige. She has that. So move this. Move is permanent. Okay. Yeah, so it's exactly what you would think. That's a nice way to just kind of she shortcuts herself, short circuits herself here, but she kind of shifts everything over to her. And what more, she gets a concession out of it in England. This is great. Okay, she's going to use all her money on this, but she can get more money, especially now that she'll have the concessions. Blah, blah, blah. And we'll go ahead and play it. No, I did the wrong one. Oh, she's not going to be able to put the concession down in England. Okay, here's what we're going to do. She's going to pick it up, because she used all her money to get the card. She's going to pick it up, save it, and then she'll go ahead and do some ops, I suppose, which will give her some money. Her other option would be to run a trade fair, but that kind of just helps everyone else. Okay, so her ops. What does she want to do with ops? She might just want to do the commerce and nothing else. I think so. Western commerce, just grab a coin, because that'll give her what she needs next turn to get the thing. Now, is there any way that campaigning right now would be helpful? She has Portugal and HRE, Holy Roman Empire, has nothing on it, so that's not going to be helpful. Portugal, I think she just wants to keep that protected right now. So she's going to go ahead and just take a coin. The trade fair would not give her, yeah, okay. She'll take a coin from Comunero's Guild, because she doesn't want people to want to take that card as much. All right, and then we'll shift the market back. Anna Brittany is down, and we move on to Hairbear. Hairbear's got a card with him. Let's check something real quick. Okay. Vlad the Impaler. Okay, so he had a plan to take Hungary with this, if I recall. How is he going to do that? Oh, he lost it. Did he lose a cube or something? Did he think he had a cube there? What was his plan? Oh, is he going to campaign? Yeah, okay. So he's going to go ahead and do a 1-2 to take Hungary. 1-2 punch. The first one is going to be his ops. So this is pretty nice. He'll get some commerce going, and then he'll get to campaign, and just to weaken Hungary. Or, conversely, actually, he could play Vlad the Impaler first, weaken Hungary that way, which will make it a vassal state of the Papal States. Is there an advantage for him to have it be a vassal rather than just to straight up his empire. Let's look at vassals. This could be an important distinction, or it might not matter. Vassals. If a king conquers another empire in a campaign, the losing empire is called vassal. The vassal king card is placed adjacent and below that of its conqueror to indicate vassalage. See illustration. Vassal's prestige and ops remain active. The combination. The overlord of a vassal is called a suzerain. Like a cruciform orientation, a vassal and a suzerain are treated as two separate cards during a blah blah blah, but are treated as one card for bishop movement and silencing. Okay, so it sounds like it would be better if it wasn't a vassal, because then it's easier for his opponents to just silence his card. We actually haven't seen any bishops come into play yet, so maybe someone's going to want to think about that. So that means we're going to want to do the ops first, as per our original plan, and then have Vlad the Impaler come in with his conspiracy and take over Hungary. Okay, so first of all, we'll go ahead and take a couple coins from the west, and he's going to want to take it from the further cards, I think, because he wants money on the trade route. As far as he knows, he's going to get that money when the trade route happens. Okay, so that was 2 commerces. I don't think he wants to vote. Gives him a lot of prestige, but he gets a couple prestiges there. I think he'll keep that there. All right. And then he's going to go ahead and campaign from the Papal States. He has to pay a coin to do that. Yeah! And it's going to hit the red one. They're dead. And then he's going to hit him with Vlad the Impaler. I'll have to move over a couple here. No, just one. Vlad the Impaler will come in with his 2 rooks and kill this guy. And he gets hungry. I'll throw that down right there. So now he's got a really nice looking eastern trade route. And he has Hungary. All right, pretty good. Over to Stubby. Stubby's got a card. Oh yeah, he got this card just so he could get some money. It would give him some Muslim prestige and a Muslim bishop, and the ability to tax anywhere in the east. That could be another nice way to harry Stubby, or harry Hairbear. But let's look at what other cards he could be taking here in our market. Here's the current. Oh, a Papal Elephant. That is pretty cool. I would definitely pick that card up no matter what if I were playing. But I think he might want to get this Camineiros Guild. He wants to get some concessions down. He could pick up... well, you can only pick up 1. So he could get an Ottoman concession, which looks pretty good to him, or a Portugal concession. I think he's going to take the Ottoman concession, because then he can plop one down right here, which is currently where both trade routes are going through, and he won't even have to pay anyone to get it. He's kind of kicking himself about that pirate, but he's still going to get paid. It's close enough to the start of the route. So he will pick up this Ottoman card, and then he will play it, I suppose. Concession right there. And he's not going to do the revolt. Oh, it goes on I'll put it on the wrong side. Go to east. Alright, let's go ahead and do Sid, and then we'll be done, because it's, like I said, it was very busy today. And we won't have time to do another round of turns before the 30 minutes is up. I think it's better if the video is short than if it's long, because your ears are bleeding. Okay, we have the Black Army, which puts down 2 knights in Hungary. And gives you 2 coins. But Tater, you can't do that. You got some cards. Let's look at your cards. Okay, you got the Janissaries, which you could use to take Hungary, actually. And then you have the nice Spice Islands. You could do all... Oh, I'm looking at Tater. We need to look at Sid. Sorry. It's Sid right now. Sid. Okay. Sid has no money. Sid could run a trade route. Or she could do Western ops and pick up some coinage that way. Okay, if she does a trade route, she wouldn't get much, if anything. She would get $1. If she does ops, she would get $2. I think the $2 is better. Now let's look at, does she want to do any sort of campaigns? She currently has Aragon and England. So she could have them work together to take another country. She could take France, or she could take France. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, that would use all her money, though. She would get the money with the commerce and then spend it. And then her turn's kind of done. So I think she'll just do the commerce for now, and she'll take it right off the Western trade route. Actually, she'll take 1 off the Western trade route and 1 from the Flanders Guild. And then I think she's going to look to buy a card. No campaigning right now. This Black Army card's pretty cool. Would let her besiege Hungary, though her forces are not next to Hungary. I mean, she's got Aragon, England, and does she have the? Oh, she has the Ottoman. When did that happen? I don't know when that happened. I don't know. She has the Ottoman Empire, I guess. Maybe that happened earlier in this video. I'm so tired. Okay, just buy a card. Buy a card. Comuneros Guild would be nice because it would give her more concessions in Portugal, and it would allow for a peasant revolt in Portugal, which is okay. Yeah, she did get the Ottoman Empire earlier. Did I not give her a concession when she did that? Did it get paid off? I'm gonna have to review this, I think, and figure that out. It's just a nice thing about taping your solitaire games, because I find it's easier to make a mistake in some ways, especially if you're talking the whole time. Then you can just review and find out what you did wrong. She also needs to be thinking about like having money for the future. So since she doesn't have a hand limit, why not just take this Black Army card, which could be something useful later on. And we'll call that good. Alright, we stumbled through that one, but we made it this episode of the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament. This game's a joy. Give it a shot. PAX Premier is also a joy. Fun series. I recommend it. We'll see you next time on the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament for PAX Renaissance. This is the 18th section of the English leg of the tournament, I think.